In the middle and the beginning of the 80s, ABBA was so uncool. Well, can you make digital copies? Fun idea, let's do it.
We have a podcast about musical phenomenons, about things that happen behind the scenes, big ideas.
Yes.
We didn't expect to actually meet you here.
No?
It shouldn't be surprising after all, because you are very much involved in the legacy of ABBA, of course.
Yeah,
How involved are you in a thing like this?
Very involved. Of course, when we created it, which happened in Stockholm, it's been running there or in Sweden for about 9 years now.
Yeah.
So I was very hands-on. I've been hands-on all the time, here as well. But especially in the beginning, of course, when the idea about a party was born. And it was born out of the Mamma Mia musical, the stage musical, and the movies. But the stage musical primarily, because at the end of that, people were so clearly in a party mood.
Ready for it.
Yeah. And like they wanted to go somewhere else to celebrate this feeling they had. And I thought, how can I extend this? Do something more. And so this idea was born to write a narrative on top of the Mamma Mia narrative. Completely different from that. And
it's a different story. It's not the same as in the movies and in the music.
And this is reality. When you're in here, it happens in real time. It's reality. Yeah. The other one is fiction.
Okay.
This is real.
Yeah.
It's happening now.
So
you're in Nikos Taverna, and you're in Skopelos in Greece. So I am the host, I am Nikos, and I own this taverna. And I'm thinking, together with my wife, why don't we make a party for those tourists every night?
The Greek narrative goes back a long time.
Yes, it does.
Years and years. How did that start? What's the connection between ABBA and Greece?
When we wrote the script for Mamma Mia, the musical to begin with, in the beginning it had a working title, Summer Night City. But as we progressed from draft to draft with Catherine Johnson, the book writer, we suddenly found ourselves on an island somewhere. The story took place on an island, close to the mainland, somewhere in the world. And we looked at the world map, and we looked at Australia. Is there maybe a little
too
island? Too big. We looked at Spain. We looked everywhere. Sweden, too cold. Needs to be warm. And we finally landed on Greece. So that's, and despite the title, which is very Italian.
You took an interesting turn there, because we live in an interesting age in which the pioneers of pop music have been outlived by their music, by their songs. But mostly when people do that, the narrative is still about them. It's when you look at the Queen movie, it's about the young Freddie Mercury conquering, fighting with his father. This is not what you did.
No.
Why not?
No, because we're not interested in that. No. I mean, we had so many offers to do biopics, but we don't want to. I don't want to see myself on screen. But this was an experiment. Mamma Mia was. Could you actually do it? Could you have a catalogue of songs and weave a credible story around the existing songs? That's how it started.
Yeah.
As just curious, could it be done?
How long after ABBA stopped being a group did you realize that the songs could outlive the group?
I think the beginning of the 90s, maybe.
That's pretty long after.
Yes. The beginning, in the middle and the beginning of the 80s, ABBA was so uncool. It was dead, I thought.
Yeah?
Completely. But then Universal...
People had enough of it?
Or it was not... The sound was different back then. It wasn't supposed to sound like we did.
Mm-hmm. You did the London show, of course, in which you are the main characters yourself. Was that a big step beyond that? You just said you aren't really interested in seeing yourself on stage. You did it there. Why did you do it then?
Again, curiosity. Someone said you can make digital copies of yourself.
Yeah.
Wow. And what can you do if you have copies of yourself? I mean, that opens a new world completely.
Is it strange to see yourself that young again?
I've seen myself, almost daily as a young man in pictures or videos or for as long as I can remember. I mean, I was involved from day one. And the avatar gradually became me. It wasn't like that.
Why?
It happened gradually.
What did it need to become you?
Well, it needed me to do motion capture, which is the camera capturing every movement you make, your mouth and everything, and your body movements, all of that captured by computers and cameras. And then old videos plus animation. It's a mixture of computers and old-fashioned animation. And at some point there were, I think, around the globe, 1,000 people sitting with our faces, doing nostrils and then they would send me pictures and they would send me sequences of myself. And I had my children, my wife, looking at it saying, is it me? Is it me? So gradually that became what are the avatars today. So there was not one moment when I suddenly saw myself on stage.
Yeah. So there has been a movie, more than one, a musical which is running all over the world. There has been the Avatar show, the Voyage show, which has been running quite some time now in London.
3 years.
There has been a restaurant here and in other cities. Is the ABBA market never saturated?
And it's not up to me to say. I will feel it once people stop going to the various venues. But they haven't stopped yet. And for some reason, the music is still relevant and stays there. And new generations. We find that in these venues, the ABBA or the Mamma Mia, the party, people are getting younger and younger who come to enjoy it, which is amazing.
We live in an era in which a lot of big groups also are selling their catalogs, selling their rights. Is it safe to say that you will never ever do that?
Not safe to say. You never know, but...
do you understand it, why they do it?
Yes, I do. They sometimes do it for their children because sometimes it's very complicated and it can create problems within a family if you inherit a big catalog.
Yes. Instead of just money.
Instead of money, which is easily divided. So that's one reason they do it. Some perhaps want to cash in while they're still alive. I'm lucky enough not to need to do that. But some people need to do it.
Yeah. You like doing this, like working the catalog, right?
I really enjoy it. I've had so much fun with it. Nothing has been, planned. There's no strategy. It's just that, well, can you make digital copies? Fun idea, let's do it. Can you write a musical backwards? Oh, let's find out. It's been like that.
Yeah. The copyright is really important, right? The rights to the song, not the recording, but the song itself.
Yes.
We live in a
very
streaming
important.
age.
That's the freedom that I have, that I only have to ask one person.
Yes, the one you wrote the song with. Not everyone who owns the recording.
No.
Rights to the songs are very important.
Yeah.
At the same time, there's a big battle over who owns it and who gets the best share in streaming music.
Yeah.
People also say that you have to be on tour to even earn money instead of just write songs and let them earn money for you. How do you look at that situation, the position of songwriters?
It's a completely different situation from when in the 70s and the 80s, which was the golden era of copyright. And now if you have a domestic career within, like Holland, it's impossible to just live off your earnings from streaming. So you have to tour. We were so lucky, partly because we were international, but also because selling records really brought royalties in, and we could spend time concentrating on writing and recording instead. Now people have to do all kinds of things. They have to do social media, they have to do what not, and tour and all of that shit. We just were at home writing, recording, basically.
Yeah.
So
Creating.
I'm sorry for, it's much more difficult today.
Money, money, money must be funny in the rich man's world.
It's strange, you just said that at some point ABBA was the most uncool band in the world almost in the 80s.
Yeah.
It started to have a one-of-a-kind audience actually, because it's still very mainstream. Your neighbor can go to a venue like this, but the coolest underground DJs in the world play your songs as well.
Yeah.
There's an underground DJ from The Hague called IF.
Oh, really?
Do you know him? Probably not.
No.
He's your grumpiest fan who always plays your records.
And he's an underground DJ.
Very much so.
Uh-huh.
He plays the coolest festivals.
Oh, wow.
So how did that
happen?
happen?
Yes, explain it to me.
Yes, you don't know.
No, I don't know.
That's wonderful, right?
Yeah, it's a miracle.